Joy Prime, the ultimate experience.
Madam Chancellor, Mr. Vice Chancellor, distinguished faculty, 2021 graduates of the Colleges of Humanities and Health Sciences, parents, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this wonderful celebration. I am honored and privileged. It is good to be back here, as I am a 3 times alumni of this great university. I am highly indebted to this university for the education I received. Dear LLB graduates, I know you burnt the midnight candle to make it to today. That's your graduation, as it has been the practice over the decades in this school of law. However, you deserve more commendations because you braved the odds in this COVID-19 pandemic to successfully graduate. You have done well. Congratulations. Congratulations. There was this term in those days that was used for LLB graduates. That is to say, you are equity lawyers because you have 2 more years to become full-fledged lawyers. Congratulations as well to the parents and guardians for your support. Congratulations to the doctors and dentists too. You know, lawyers and medics have a special relationship. In the past, only 3 professions were recognized in medieval and early modern traditions. These professions were divinity, medicine, and law, which were called the learned professions. Now back to our law graduates. You have reached that critical threshold to undertake the professional law course, which is 2 years of more grueling education. I will not hesitate at all in spurring you on to clear that hurdle for endless reasons. First of all, from my experience, there is an acute shortage of lawyers in Ghana. Yes, you heard me right. It's an acute shortage. The statistics too say we have only about 2,500 lawyers. Yet, there is so much work that we can barely cope. So, here is a case of the biblical saying that the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. But don't ask about money yet, because lawyers are called to serve, including even the poor who cannot pay. We should do that as much as we humanly can. I'll tell you a short story. About a week after the lockdown in March-April 2020, I was called on phone by someone who knows my infinite passion for both social justice and criminal justice reform. He asked me to help 4 men who had been arrested for breaching the COVID-19 restrictions. I accordingly sent one of my younger lawyers, Marcelinus Bia, over to represent the men in court. Long story short, on the day the judge granted them bail, 9 of their relations had come to the courthouse to support them, including to stand as sureties if need be. At the end of the day, neither the accused nor their relations had even 1 Ghana cedis to give Marcel. And such was the story for the subsequent court appearances until the conclusion of the case. I could go on and on about countless other pro bono cases I've conducted. Indeed, you have no idea the fulfillment it brings. Indeed, most of the lawyers I know also offer a lot of pro bono services. Because income levels in Ghana are low, and we are still significantly a communal society, pro bono comes to us as second nature. As such, in future, when you become lawyers and you get that feeling to offer pro bono services, just remember that you are continuing the great tradition. In some countries, a lawyer is mandated to undertake some specified hours of pro bono legal services in order to get her license renewed. Pro bono services help us to build a strong and just society. You may be aware of the hundreds of lawyers who ran to the airports in the US in 2017 to offer pro bono services when President Donald Trump issued his travel ban against some selected Muslim countries. But it's all not just about pro bono services. Lawyers also make some moderate income, but it's not as much as society believes we do. The last time I checked, there is no law firm in Ghana's Club 100. That's the elite clubs of Ghana, business industries. It is the same around the world. A check shows that in 2019, the biggest law firm in the world by revenue, that is Kirkland and Ellis, earned $4,154,600,000. And the biggest law firm by profits per partner is Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen and Katz, where a partner earns $7,500,000. Contrast that income with Microsoft, which made a profit of $44.28 billion in the fiscal year 2020, up from the 2018 figures. So that is a word of advice for you. You choose carefully, right? Indeed, enrollment as a lawyer opens many doors. The practice is not just about courtroom advocacy, where you see barristers at their best. There are countless other opportunities in the corporate world, including civil society organizations, public service, and politics. Like any other human endeavor, legal practice has a lot of challenges. Every lawyer will tell you that he or she made one mistake or another in the practice. I was fortunate that my real major mistake came when I was more than a decade at the bar. It was a case of debt recovery. In the pleadings, that's the court papers, I stated that the place of execution of the contract was aviation, Adenta, not knowing it was aviation in Asuchari. Even though we tried to correct this mistake during the trial, it did not find favor with the judge. The rest is history. So be prepared for that day when you will make a mistake. In the practice, you will have to pick yourself up, ask yourself, and keep going. Right, and that's how life goes. This story will be incomplete without a word on the ethics of our cherished profession. Indeed, the profession will be doomed without the ethics. We are held to very high ethical standards, as evidenced by the Legal Professions Act, Act 32, the recently passed Etiquette Rules, LI 2423, and the previous Etiquette Rules, LI 613. The ethics rules are a set of rules that regulate the conduct of lawyers in their practice. These rules do not include the criminal laws of Ghana, as lawyers too are subject to those laws just like any other person in Ghana. Day in, day out, upon complaints from clients and non-clients, lawyers are held accountable by the disciplinary committee of the General Legal Council. The sanctions range from disbarment to suspension of a license for a stated period. Of course, this is done after the due process of inquiry into the matter. Lastly, I wish to recommend that you learn as much psychology and as much about mental health as you can, because these will be very useful in the practice. We are usually confronted with a lot of cases that will require knowledge about psychology and mental health. Okay. In the same vein, in actual fact, I will not hesitate at all to recommend that there will be mandatory courses for practicing lawyers in these areas. Now, may I recommend also to our doctors and dentists that they will do as much as they can to adhere to their Hippocratic oath to serve humanity and other areas. Thank you. I wish you good luck in the rest of the course, and I look forward to seeing you at the bar. It will be lovely.
Joy Prime, the ultimate experience.